Look, Dr. Grace, I don't know how to say this, but I don't know what you've been smoking lately. To me, this is remarkable. Islam itself means submission. Yes, they worship one God, but they want their interpretation of God, their vision of God, to subordinate and trump all others. And again, when I confront you with facts, you don't deal with the facts. In Sudan, the Islamist regime there has not only committed genocide upon Christians, they are actually perpetrating slavery. In Somalia, in Uganda, in Pakistan, in Afghanistan, in Iran, in Saudi Arabia, in Indonesia, in the Philippines, in every country around the world where the Muslims have become the majority, look how they mistreat Christians and Jews. That you can't answer. You say they value life. Yes, to some degree they do value life, except if you're an apostate, a Christian, or a Jew. If you're a non-Muslim, they don't value your rights. And what you neglect is the Quran itself. There are violent verses within the Quran. One of them is chapter 8, verse 12 to 13. I quoted it yesterday, where the Prophet Muhammad explicitly says to behead and cut off the fingers of the infidels. This is what many jihadists use to justify their actions. So yes, there are only a small minority of Muslims that are engaged in jihad. We know that. But the fact of the matter is, radical Islam uses the Quran, uses the Muslim faith, uses the desire to impose Sharia law as the justification for everything that they do. We are in a clash of civilizations, and no matter how much you deny it, that is the fact of it.
Jeff, I'm sorry to say, but you have neglected the facts that I brought to bear. We have lived peacefully with Muslims in this country, and we are talking about this country. As I said at the beginning, in foreign affairs and abroad, I am a hawk. I believe in the full and complete persecution of our enemies with the full force of American power. So I'm talking about the United States of America, where we have lived peacefully. That's why America is beautiful. Things happen here that don't happen elsewhere. And the question we have to face is, what are we going to do with the Muslims in our midst? How are we going to treat them? And I say that we should forge a very strong alliance with those who understand that it is a benevolent God that we both worship. And when you say that Islam is about submission, those concepts are very similar to what Christians believe, where we submit to the will of God because God ultimately loves us. I think that what's happening now in the media is there's so much demagoguery and such a simplification of the Muslim faith that it actually only enhances the credibility of the extremists to some extent, or it polarizes people. And we have to avoid this kind of foolish polarization and remember that in America things are possible that are often not possible elsewhere.
Sure, I can see the peace everywhere. I can see that. The way women are treated in Islamic societies, being forced to wear the burqa, being forced to wear the hijab, being stoned for adultery. Oh, I can see that. I got to tell you, Dr. Grace, you wouldn't last too long in a Muslim society. They wouldn't let you drive a car. You'd never get that doctorate that you have. And as for Muslims in the United States, yes, many of them are peaceful. But you're forgetting many of them who've been raising money for Hezbollah and Hamas. You're forgetting many of them that are excusing and justifying the actions of terrorists. Look at the Council on American Islamic Relations. Look at the Islamic North American Society. Look how many radical Islamists we even have here in America who can't even speak out against Sharia law or against Hezbollah or Hamas. So I ask you, if they can't speak out here in the freest country of the world, what good are they to me? Ray says it's over. It's over. Ray, do we have that final, we have that Rocky final? No, we don't. We're going to play when we go out. My friends, it's over. No mas, no more. The 15-round fight is over. 301-984-9570. I want members of Kuhner-Country to vote. Who do you think won? Jeff Kuhner, the host, or his wife, Dr. Grace? We'll leave it open for Kuhner-Country. Dr. Grace, I want to thank you.
Thank you. It's been so much fun.
Listen, am I still... don't leave me, baby. You're not planning to divorce me or anything, are you?
This is not much different than our typical dinner conversation.
Really, honestly.
Get a chance.
Except her family is usually there piling on, saying I'm a loser. That's the only thing. They're jumping on, saying you're mistreating my sister. Okay, Ray is going crazy here. I got to let all of you go. Dr. Grace, thank you so much.
My pleasure, Jeff. Thank you, Kuhner-Country.
You can go to edmundburkeinstitute.org to read her article, The Mosque Firestorm, Calling for One God, 301-984-9570. Cast your vote. You are the judges. Who won, your host or Dr. Grace?
They shoot my leg. I just want to say one thing. Yo, atheist! Atheist!